For SCCA club racers, the opportunity to race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's road course for this year's national championship runoffs was something most could have only dreamed of. More than 1,000 entries pre-registered, although a number of them dropped off by this weekend's races, but the number still ended at 983 cars entered, and were spread across 24 races. This year's runoffs held at IMS followed runs at Mid-Ohio 2016, Daytona 2015, Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca 2014, and Road America 2013 in the last 5 years. Next year, the runoffs head back west to Sonoma Raceway on October 16, 2018. Crowning amateur national champions at IMS, hosting nearly 1,000 drivers the past 11 days was one of the coolest things we've done. Thanks https://t.co/J. Douglas Bowles at J. Douglas. For October 2, 2017, here are this year's national champions, below. Full results from the week of SCCA runoffs, in all classes, are linked here via SCCA's website. Friday Touring 1 Andrew Aquilante, Formula Atlantic Keith Grant, Prototype 2 Jeff Schaefer, SRF Mike Misera, Endino Spec Miata, Preston Pardis, Formula F Matthew Cowley, F Production Eric Brill, GT2 Andrew Aquilante, Touring 3 Derek Kulik, BSPEC David Daughtery, Saturday GT3 Colin Jackson, Formula Continental Austin McCusker, Formula Mazda Melvin David Kemper Jr. E-Production Kip Van Steenberg, SRF Gen 3 Trey Ayers, STL Adam Roberts, American Sedan Brian Long, Touring 2 John M. Buttermore, Prototype 1 Jonathan Erickson, Formula 1000 FB Alex Mayer, Sunday Formula Enterprises Elliott Finlayson, GT1 David Pinterick, Formula V Michael Veraccians, GT Light Christopher Bovis, Touring 4 Darren Seltzer, Formula 500 Wiley Clinton McMahon, Stu Max, GH Production Jason Isley. Follow at Tony DeZino. One of the classic races on the Formula 1 schedule occurs this weekend, with the Japanese Grand Prix from the Suzuka International Circuit. It's the second race of a back-to-back after Malaysia and third race in the Singapore Malaysia-Japan early fall Asian swing on the calendar. Additionally, the Formula 2 Series has a standalone race weekend in Jerez, Spain as it closes on the end of its season. You can see all the action of both races this weekend on NBCSN and the NBC Sports app from Suzuka and Jerez. F1 Japanese Grand Prix live coverage of Sunday's race begins at midnight ET with an hour of pre-race in F1 countdown, with lights out at 1 a.m. ET. Additional live TV coverage occurs for qualifying at 2 a.m. ET on Saturday, October 7th, and free practice 2 at 1 a.m. ET on Friday, October 6th, all these on NBCSN. Free practices 1 and 3 will air on the NBC Sports app. Since the Japanese Grand Prix returned to Suzuka in 2009 after a 2-year detour to Fuji Speedway in 2007 and 2008, Mercedes-AMG Petronas and Red Bull Racing have won 7 of the 8 races, the lone exception being Jenson Button in a McLaren Mercedes in 2011. Sebastian Vettel won 4 times for Red Bull in 2009, 2010, 2012 and 2013, winning the World Championship in each of the last 3 years. Meanwhile at Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton won in 2014 and 2015 and Nico Rosberg here last year, and each has gone on to win the championship that year. That means it's been 5 years on the trot that the winner in Suzuka has gone on to win the World Championship. With Hamilton on a 34-point lead with 5 races remaining, he can move even closer to his 4th title, which would match Vettel, if he can win this weekend. Vettel and Scuderia Ferrari will be looking to stop the bleeding after 2 brutal races in Singapore and Malaysia for the team. The start line crash at Singapore saw Vettel's deficit in the championship increase from 3 points to 28, while it grew a further 6 points last weekend after engine issues in qualifying and a rally back to 4th place from last on the grid. Kimi Räikkönen didn't even get that far, unable to start, and after 2 races where he hasn't completed a single race lap, the Finn will be keen to get back on the board this weekend. Ferrari hasn't won here since Michael Schumacher did so in 2004. Räikkönen won a year later, one of his most famous victories in 2005, from 17th on the grid and after a last lap pass of Giancarlo Fisichella. Malaysia Grand Prix winner Max Verstappen was 2nd here last year to Rosberg. Hamilton 3rd after a brutal start saw him drop back. Verstappen made his Grand Prix weekend debut here as a Friday driver in 2014. Somewhat surprisingly, Verstappen's Red Bull teammate Daniel Ricciardo has never stood on a podium in Suzuka, his best finish here only 4th in 2014. As ever, Fernando Alonso is the only other active Japanese Grand Prix winner in the field, having won for Renault at both Suzuka 2006 and Fuji 2008. But for Alonso and McLaren Honda together, Suzuka's been a sight of agony the last 2 years, and the sight of Alonso's infamous GP2 engine radio transmission on the manufacturer's home soil. Teammate Stoffel Vandoorne has been on excellent form of late with back-to-back 7th-place finishes, and has experience in Japan from his time racing in Super Formula. Here's the F1 schedule, with stream links and TV network if applicable. Practice 1 Thursday, October 5th, 9 p.m. 10:30 p.m. ET. Streaming Practice 2 Friday, October 6th, 1 a.m. 2:30 a.m. ET. NBCSN Practice 3 Friday, October 6th, 11 p.m. 12 a.m. ET. Streaming Qualifying Saturday, October 7th, 2 a.m. 3:30 a.m. ET. NBCSN Pre-Race Sunday, October 8th, 12 a.m. 1 a.m. ET. NBCSN Race Sunday, October 8th, 1 a.m. 3 a.m. ET. NBCSN Post-Race Sunday, October 8th, 3 a.m. 3:30 a.m. ET. NBCSN Race Replay Sunday, October 8th, 9 p.m. 11 p.m. ET. NBCSN. The next race is the United States Grand Prix, on October 22nd. F2 at Jerez Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria. Saturday, the 8th of July 2017. Charles Leclerc MCO, Prema Racing Photomografia Formula 2 Ref Digital Image _56I3213 Formula 2's lone standalone round of the season comes this weekend from Jerez in Spain, nearly 20 years on exactly from when the 1997 Formula 1 World Championship was decided in dramatic fashion after Michael Schumacher contacted Jacques Villeneuve at the dry sack corner, and Villeneuve won his first and only title on October 26, 1997. A driver who could one day become an F1 world champion, Monegasque star Charles Leclerc of Prema Racing, is poised to wrap the F2 title this weekend in Jerez, as he enters with a 59-point lead over Oliver Rowland. Leclerc has won 5 times this season, although hasn't done so since Silverstone in July. He was disqualified at the Spa feature race after winning, following a technical infringement found in post-race inspection. Both races will be streamed live via the NBC Sports app, with TV coverage occurring Saturday night, October 7th at 11 p.m. ET on NBCSN. This will be the lead-in to live Japanese Grand Prix race coverage on NBCSN at midnight ET. F2 has this doubleheader race in Jerez, and then is off until the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend November 25-26, concluding its season along with F1. Here's the F2 schedule, with stream links and TV network if applicable. Race 1 Saturday, October 7th, 8 a.m. 905 a.m. ET. Streaming Race 2 Sunday, October 8th, 8 a.m. 850 a.m. ET. Streaming TV coverage Saturday, October 7th, 11 p.m. 12 a.m. ET. NBCSN. Follow at Tony DeZino.